Hello.
Hey guys, what's going on? PGN here once again, and welcome to the first episode of the R&R podcast, the Random Ramblings podcast. And I say episode one, but we don't really know if this is going to be a series or just a one-time thing. But, we'll see what happens. So I'm here with the Game Master.
Hello, everyone. Beautiful people. Not so beautiful people.
Ooh, burn. Uh,
Well, you never know.
everyone's beautiful on the inside. And, I think
Have you ever looked
with that
at, have you
joke,
ever looked inside someone? Have you ever like cut them open? It's not very pretty.
well, I was going to say something really, well, not random, but I was going to start, well, rambling, as this title would imply, and just, I'm of the opinion that, like, everyone, even physically, is beautiful to somebody.
Right.
Like, you look at somebody and go, but somebody,
Yeah,
some,
yeah. I can understand that.
that person is just beautiful, gorgeous. So,
Yeah.
anyway, that's just a random thought, and that's what this is about. This is the random ramblings. Uh,
R&R.
so. Yeah, here we just talk about sort of whatever, be it gaming, music, whatever we really want to talk about. We have a little list that we may or may not go by. Sort of
It's
depends.
it's yeah, it's possible.
So we should, uh, like you were saying earlier, just probably start off with what we do and what our channels are like. And why don't you go ahead and start us off with that?
So my channel is mostly gameplay and me learning how to talk English again because apparently I am unable to do that. So yeah, I also do some tech stuff every once in a while. Well, I'll be trying to anyways. I'm currently in the process of resetting my channel.
I know before you reset it, you had some music on your channel too. Is there going to be any more of that?
It's possible. I can't guarantee it at all. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Cool. So when you say techie stuff, you mean like tutorials and things like that?
Yeah, tutorials, unboxings, reviews, things like that.
That'd be quite cool. So I
Yeah.
guess for me, my channel is primarily gameplay, live commentary videos. Every now and again, I will do like a post commentary if I have just this thought that I need to get out, then I'll just rant to to the mic basically, and that's always fun.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But I used to post some music on there. I actually took it down, most of it down anyway, because I think I'm gonna start doing that separately and just keep that separate. And we can both talk about our music here in a bit, but
Yeah.
I guess that's
Whoops.
that's most of it. I don't really do anything techie. I'm not that good with with technology. I'm lucky that I can actually record my own voice. You know,
Yeah.
let's be thankful for that.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so yeah.
So we both primarily play Minecraft, though, right?
Yeah. That's actually I'm playing some of it right now. I got bored. Just making some mini me's in the new snapshot here. Um,
Which
so
actually can bring us into our first topic of the snapshots.
yeah, so the snapshots they've been pretty feature filled. I would love to see more of like a bug fix. Well, I mean they have fixed a lot of bugs, but I'd love to see one release where they just go through all the bugs and just kind of optimize everything instead of focusing on new features. Because I know they've kind of done that, but I'd like to see it on kind of a larger scale.
Hmm.
Um, because I know my brother, who has my old laptop, has a lot of performance problems unless I install Optifine. So I'd love to see the need for Optifine disappear.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't played on the snapshot really myself, but I have watched a lot of people on YouTube use it, like the Minecraft server and things like that.
Hmm.
And they will get pretty tipped off at the ghost blocks,
Yeah,
and I think that's the main thing that really annoys people is the ghost block thing,
yeah,
and just lots of lag and things like that. But Yeah, some of the features are cool. The banners were obviously pretty cool. Um, I think it's cool if they added bunnies. They look pretty creepy. They look like
Yeah.
the Darko bunnies. Um, what else have they added? Really?
They've added new doors in this newest snapshot, which is 14W32D. So they've got new doors for all the different types of wood. They've added mutton from the sheep. They've added water temples, guardians for the water temples. Um, yeah, there's been quite a bit added. So yeah, what would you add to the snapshots if you could?
If I could add something. Well, a week ago I would have said let's add mutton chops.
Yeah, yeah, those are already in
But
there.
yeah, that's been done. Um, I feel like I've had things in my head before of what I would add.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I think uh,
you come
I
up with.
I think just like a nice bug in performance fix patch would be nice.
Mhm.
Um, Another thing that I kind of want them to add is kind of like more things in the air or kind of like not quite space, but something high up in the air, so it really gives you a reason to build up there. Because really,
Right.
it's hard to build up there because you need to like pillar up and make a platform and whatever. And if you fall off, then you're dead. But if there's some sort of like I guess heaven dimension or something, and where if you went up to like Y 200 or something, then it starts generating clouds and stuff that you can actually stand on.
That would be
Um,
a neat idea.
yeah.
They'd,
Um,
they'd probably lag everything out a lot, but that would be cool if they could pull it off.
yeah, it would be. Um,
Not the smaller. Oh, sorry, go. Continue.
that's about it. That's all I can think of right now.
Sort of playing off of that, even sort of on a smaller scale, just having. I think it'd be good if they added flying creatures.
Yeah, flying creatures would also be nice. I
Um,
mean, we've
just
got
birds even. Be it just little birds or something where you go higher up and it's like, oh, there's an eagle or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that would be pretty nice. Because
Probably they haven't added more water creatures, have they?
they
Other
added the
like the
guardian, and I want to say the water boss, but I think that might actually be a guardian or something. I can hear my keyboard clocking away. Um,
It'd be cool if they added like real life underwater creatures into the game, besides just the fish. Like they started doing that where you could fish up clownfish and pufferfish and stuff like that. But
yeah,
actually being able to look in the water and be like, oh, there's a dolphin or whatever. It'd
yeah.
be kind
Actually, like seeing stuff in the water instead of squid.
of, right. Well, that's what I would add. I would add squid meat. I
Yeah,
would
like
add calamari.
calamari.
I would make squids drop calamari. That would be uh my addition to my Minecraft.
We
The great
want more
addition.
food.
More food, exactly.
Yeah, that pretty much describes my day today. Because as soon as we're done recording this, I'm gonna grab some more food.
Hmm.
And yeah. So, anyways, speaking of Minecraft, somewhat
Always
recently,
good stuff.
somewhat recently, as in like last month, they announced their new end user license agreement, or EULA.
Spell it. And
Um,
that's totally spelled Yoola. Just
yes, that is an issue that we had.
uh, anyway,
Um,
continue.
so if I can open up this link here, and I don't think I can. Um, but basically, it goes over a lot of server things. So basically, you can't have microtransactions, and if you pay for something, you get that thing. And I'll try to pull it up here. Oh, thank you.
Let's do the red thing. There we go.
So a few of the points: you are allowed to charge players to access your server. You're not allowed to split your player base. So you can't have like paying and then non-paying. Um, and you cannot restrict gameplay elements to different tiers. So I guess that means like basically what they put it this way: you're charging for a ticket for your server so you can get on. You're allowed to accept donations, pretty standard. You're allowed to provide in-game advertising or sponsorship opportunities. So basically, you can say, "Hey, you want to advertise on the server," and then yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty
Should
nice,
should
pretty
we
nice
choose
thing.
like a few of these to start with and go over and
Yeah,
whether
sure. I'll just run through the rest. You're allowed to sell in-game items as long as they don't affect gameplay. You cannot charge real-world cash for in-game currency. Don't pretend to be us. And yeah. So if you want to choose your topic or point.
I think I'll just start at the top with the you are allowed to charge players to access your server. At first it's like, that seems, reasonable if you want to do that, then, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But especially since they have the uh you are not allowed to split it into paying and non-paying. Uh I think my concern with that would be that would only work if only like the super big servers did it.
Yeah.
Um if everyone started, if Hive and Hypixel and Mineplex and everybody started to charge, then that, that would just sort of ruin Minecraft. It's like I don't think that would happen,
Yeah.
but if it did, it would kind of ruin everything.
Yeah, a little bit.
They'd have to find some way to balance that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess this I'm going to talk about the advertising. I don't quite get how like is there a plugin or something that they could do it or could they manually do it or would they have to manually do it? I'm sorry. Like I said, I cannot talk English, cannot speak English, whatever. Um, but I don't quite understand how that would work or like
Like
or
how
even
you
like how the pricing would work. Like I guess the way I envision it is how many players are on when the advertisement goes, and then at the end of the month or whatever, it kind of tallies it up. And I guess you'd have to have a plugin or a mod or something. Um,
I think I might know how they would do that.
yeah,
Um,
I don't know. I'm just
I feel like what would be more likely is um, the company or person or whoever that wants to be advertised would pay just a monthly fee to the server, uh, and they would make the fee based on the average number of players, and it would just be a standard fee. I think is more likely.
yeah. I mean, that kind of makes sense,
So
but at
much,
the same time, what if that server suddenly dies? Then you've paid for an entire month, and it's not going to happen.
right? Well, I mean,
So,
I think it's just saying you can take that risk if you want. I mean um if it's a big server, a really well-known and respected server,
hmm
then I think people would be more willing to take the risk. If it's some teenage kid with an SMP server, then you might not want to do it.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just sound like an idiot, but I don't know.
No, 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 you don't. These are very,
Like sometimes I'll go back and watch a video and I'll be like, that made no sense when I was talking about it, and now it makes perfect sense.
I mean, what you're saying definitely makes sense. That's just how I think they would get around that.
Yeah,
I'm not. That's the only way I can see that they would get around that, and
yeah,
that also poses problems.
yeah. I guess I don't know. We'll see if Google comes out with AdSense for Minecraft.
Right.
um. So yeah. Is there any other points you want to talk about with this EULA? I don't. Yeah. EULA. It's mostly a server and user license agreement. I don't think the game's license agreement has actually changed. So,
You cannot charge real world cash for in-game money. I like that one.
yeah, take that, EA. Um, yeah, it's nice when they give you at least a bit of freedom, so that it's not like, you know, you cannot charge any money whatsoever. We don't want you to have any support. Um, or just saying like you can only accept donations because that's donations usually aren't actually that much money.
Right.
So, I mean, if you have, a $25 donation tier and, 100 people buy it, yeah, you're going to get a lot of money. So, anyways, um, yeah, what next? um, I'm just kind of checking out Mojang's website right here. Whatever happened to Cobalt? That indie game that they were kind of
Cobalt.
backing.
I have, I don't know. I really never heard anything about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any posts or anything about it lately. Um,
I never saw anything, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
I didn't, I would have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's this indie game that they were publishing slash releasing slash whatever, and it's kind of disappeared from their website. So I don't know. I mean, it's still under their games, but like on their blog, I've seen nothing. It's mostly been Minecraft and like scrolls. I've seen nothing. So,
Yeah, I saw,
um,
oh, I do remember seeing, like on the launcher
mhm.
ads for those.
Yeah. It would be nice though if they could move like their website, even like the title, it's makers of Minecraft, right? And I wish that they could change that so it was makers of something else, or like even make it so that every time you reloaded the page, it displayed a different game that they've made. So like makers of Scrolls or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, Yeah, because I think they're focusing a bit too much on Minecraft, and that the other games just have a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think really at this point that they're at sort of an unfortunate disadvantage of everyone associates them with pretty much only Minecraft.
Yeah,
It, a kid turns on Minecraft and they see Mojang and they're like, "Oh, Mojang is the Minecraft," and they don't see it anywhere else. It's like if a kid, turns on a movie and the 20th Century Fox logo comes up, then they associate that logo with that movie for all time until they see another movie with that logo.
yeah. I don't know. I think that they should try to get more people interested in those other games. I'm not saying that the other games aren't popular. I know that Scrolls has been doing really well, and as I pull up the website here, um, I don't really see any player player counts or whatever, but it seems to be doing okay. So. mm,
Yeah, I think it's still a money thing though, because they're still making the most money on Minecraft,
Yeah,
and
people are still buying it.
they have the most people dependent on it, and the most people making videos with it, and they have the most well-founded community that they're trying to keep together, while at the same time trying to do other projects. So those projects are getting neglected as a result.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just looking at the count, and it's going up like one a second. That's not as fast as it used to be going up, but that's still pretty impressive considering that they're getting about $27 per person.
Hmm.
$27 US, of course.
Right.
Um, so I mean, the current count is over 16 million, so that's kind of crazy.
Hmm. Well, congrats, Mojang.
Yeah, and at some point they're gonna hit 17 million. Um, so yeah, I mean we're both
So,
into music, so I guess I should ask, how do you like the Minecraft music? I mean, it hasn't changed very much over the years, so what do you think of
I
it?
haven't heard much of it because I always play with the music off,
Oh,
usually. when I record, I have it off, and then I forget to turn it back on.
Hmm.
Or oftentimes I'm just listening to my own music, so it's just, it would clash. I,
Right.
I did hear a bit of it though, and I thought it was actually really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very peaceful and kind of adds to that. Like, this is a very relaxing game, don't worry.
What I thought was kind of neat was the fact that it reminded me of like a band that releases another album and it sounds different, but it still sounds like them.
Yeah.
It still sounded like the Minecraft music, but it was just a new song. It
Yeah.
still had the same style
Yeah,
and
C418 is is very good at it. You can actually get I think pretty much every single song for about $4 on Bandcamp.
mm,
Um, we'll probably have links to these down in the description. Um, yeah, no, it's really nice. It's really nice. It really adds to the, I guess, the character of the game. Not Steve, of course, but kind of how you feel about it. Uh, anyways, so this is kind of an awkward segue because I'm not very good at segues. But who are your idols? Who do you? Yeah, that was a horrible segue. Uh,
well, see, I was going to segue into, and while we're on the topic of music, and then from the topic of music to, so who inspires you, and from that to, so who inspires you in general?
yeah, I'll let you
That
handle the
was going to be the
segues.
perfect little segue.
Yeah, I'll let you handle those now.
So not everyone knows what all my segues are, but
Yeah.
yeah, I had this whole perfect segue lined up. So,
Well, now they
oh,
know it.
music.
Yeah.
What style of music do you typically play?
Um, I I'll listen to most genres of music, but and a lot of people say I'll listen to anything and then list like EDM and dubstep and whatever. But
Yeah.
I will legitimately listen to everything. I might not know of it or I might not have heard it, but if you send me a link, chances are I'll listen to it. Um, a lot of the time I like music that like hits you really hard, really fast, lots of bass, kind of stereotypical. Um, hardcore rock, um, dubstep, and things like that. Um, because I guess it just gets me a bit more energized and kind of ready to go.
Hmm.
I Yeah. How about you?
So we're talking about music we listen to versus what we play.
Um, I guess.
Well, as far as what I listen to, um, typically I'm more for the indie rock or alternative rock genres, things that are less electronic. I mean, I don't. If it has electronics in it, that's not really what I'm talking about, but like I don't listen to, EDM or
Hmm.
or dubstep or whatever usually. Typically things that involve real instruments, but oftentimes not the super hard stuff, like not the hard rock or
Right.
whatever. Um, lately I've been listening to a lot of Jack White, and I really want to buy his new Ultra vinyl LP, and just hang it on my wall as like a prize. But
Mm, yeah.
who, let's name a few. Why don't you name a few artists that you like to listen to?
Zomboy, Skrillex, Pegboard Nerds, Insane Like, um, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and
And I would list the entire thing, but it might take all of the rest of this podcast.
yeah, I have around 3,000 songs on my iTunes, so
Yeah, I've got 1,000 or so, but actually no, about 2,000.
I was gonna say I have about 4,000, but about 1,000 of those are only audiobooks.
Yeah. I mean, if you count, like, I've got Google Play Music Unlimited or whatever you want to call it, so technically I have pretty much every single song that you could think of,
hmm
technically.
But as far as stuff you have downloaded and stuff like that,
Oh, yeah, that's like 2,000, 2,000 songs or so.
right?
Um,
as far as who I've been listening to lately, I mean, like I said, Jack White, I've been getting more into him. Um, I've been listening to the some really mellow stuff lately, actually. Occasionally, anyway. Like uh, the XX. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're
No.
sort of semi-electronic indie stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and Mazzy Star. Um,
Getting
you know,
distracted.
recently, what?
Getting distracted.
Who, me
Um,
or you?
me.
Can you please sing a song about people drinking gravy?
I was listening to. I like to go on Bandcamp and just um, look up people, and I found some pretty good artists like this guy Christopher Tate, who I used one of his songs in my last couple of videos, and he just has like you can get his album for free off Bandcamp, and it's really cool. And he's just sort of a modern folky style, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Um, yeah, that sounds. I haven't really tried Bandcamp that much. I mostly use SoundCloud. Is it good?
I do like Bandcamp.
Hmm.
It, it
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to maneuver around. Um, I don't really use SoundCloud very much, honestly. I don't trust it as much.
Well, yeah, and there's been some issues. Like recently, they went to the record labels and went, "Here you go. If you feel like a song violates your copyright or whatever, you can take it down. No questions asked." That that's kind of annoying considering that I mostly post remixes, so now I have to be kind of
Right.
I kind of have to pay attention to what I'm playing, and I don't like doing that. I like to just be able to play whatever I want.
Yeah.
Um, so none of my songs have been flagged so far, so I don't know if that's just for new releases or I'm just not at that point where they're paying attention.
Yeah. I like the way Bandcamp is organized. It's really well set up. You can search by genre. That's how it's made for surfing, and finding people you've never heard of before.
Right. Yeah.
That's to
I
be
know
like,
I know a few people who use it and they it's like, have you heard of this person or these people? I'm like, no.
yeah. And so I like searching people up who have really no internet uh, exposure, and often I like trying to give them I can't give much exposure with my uh, very few followers, but
Hmm.
every now and again I'll try to be like, here's, I'll, like I just used that guy's song in my video and was like, here we go, listen to him on Bandcamp and stuff like that. I like trying to do that, people,
Yeah.
because I,
Mm,
respect for people who can just do everything so much themselves. Because
yeah.
sometimes those people don't even go to the studio and they just record it in their home.
Yeah. I really like it when people are like, I don't need like $3,000 worth of equipment recording studio. I just want a microphone and, you know, whatever else.
Right. Yeah. Have you, well, do you ever listen to Radiohead much?
No, I've heard of them, but I haven't actually listened to at least much of their stuff.
Mm. Well, they started off as sort of an alt rock, like semi-punky band. And then they made this weird transition into like experimental electronics.
Hmm.
It's not like, type electronics or anything like that. It's like the weird, trippy, what have you been smoking stuff, you know.
Yeah, the
Uh,
trance type
not
kind of.
even trance. It's like if the Beatles did electronic music, it would sound like Radiohead. Uh,
Hmm.
but whenever they released their album In Rainbows, which was like 2 albums ago or something like that, uh, they did it. They'd originally been with Um, what's what's the labels EDI? What's that company that's like the
I'm not sure.
um, EMI?
I can't say I know.
Well, this really big. I want to look them up now because it's bugging me. Um, they had a contract with just this huge, record label, and they left it and recorded all themselves and only released the album via their website.
Right.
And the download, it was a pay what you want thing, and you could pay zero if you wanted to.
Hmm.
And, and it made a lot of people in the music business mad because they were undermining, the natural order of the music business, which was record album in as little time as possible, sell for as many millions as possible.
Yeah.
That is the formula for the music industry, and they completely just took it and threw it out the window and did what
Well.
they wanted. They wrote it when they wanted and how they wanted, and released it how they wanted to, and it was, you know, pretty, pretty new and different.
Hmm. Yeah. One thing I know when Apple came along, this slightly changed, but not quite. What they used to do is just, one or two, 1 to 3 good songs, and then the rest are just kind of not great songs. So when you bought something, it was like you get the 2, 3 songs that you actually wanted. But yeah, that used to be the way it worked, and it wasn't great. It was like I got 20 songs on here, but only 2 or 3 of them I actually like to listen to.
Yeah,
Wasn't really worth it.
it was EMI, by the way. EMI is a really, really big
Hmm.
production company that do like a lot of pop artists and stuff like that.
Right.
And I go to their website and I can figure out exactly like some of the big names that they've done.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. So.
L and stuff like that. Flo Rida and Rihanna and people like that. But anyway, moving on. But so you talked about listening to a lot of electronic music, so that's what you play mostly, right?
Yeah, that's mostly what I play. I mostly do remixes of it for my music, and hopefully I'll be posting more of that. At one point, I did used to actually produce it. Wasn't very good. Um, I will admit that much. Um, but
Define produce.
pardon?
Define produce. What do you mean by
Like
produce?
produce, like I got things all together and I made my own original songs, but
Mm,
of course they weren't too good. Um, so I'm slowly trying to return to that area because it was a lot of fun. Um, so yeah. Um, One thing I kind of like doing is just kind of experimenting because some people will like rehearse for a couple hours before doing a mix or whatever, or like a live performance. I mean, really, when you think about it, not really worth the time. It's better to just go out there, do it off the top of your head so that you get better at doing it like improv style, and then you don't waste time. You just know what songs go with what, and it kind of flows a lot better at some point.
right. I think it's interesting how that works for really any genre. Because for your style, you're trying to mix songs together and figure out how to make transitions and how to put what songs will sound good playing at the same time and all kinds of I don't even know what the heck you do, man. But but um, but the whole just going out there and just letting it flow, um, like that was one of the things I found fascinating about Jack White, and one of the reasons I've been listening to him more was he often doesn't even use a set list. He just goes out there and he starts playing, and he will direct his band on the spot and be like, okay, you come in and play a riff and you cut out, and he just does everything on the fly, and it's makes for a unique experience each performance.
Yeah. Um,
It's interesting how that brand, goes between genres. It's not, it's not a rock and roll. This is the real music thing. It really goes both ways.
mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a lot of fun. Let's be honest here. mm, hmm. What next? I think we've well, okay.
I
Now that
mean,
we've kind of run out of things to talk about
well,
on this subject
you're-
anyways.
with your live performing, like where do you typically play?
Well, I used to play. There was this thing on this island that I live on. It was kind of like a youth group kind of thing where a whole bunch of us teens would get together and just kind of hang out. And I did, I guess you could call them performances like there a couple of times. That was still when I was still trying to learn um, a lot of like what I could do with the software and hardware that I had.
Hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, I never recorded any of them, although they did sound okay. Um, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. It kind of got me used to, if I mess up, I'm not going to be able to go back and scrap the recording or whatever. People are going to hear this. Um, and in some sense, it made me a bit more cautious. On the other hand, it did let me be a little bit more reckless because I knew I could also get, live feedback because I knew these people, and I could be like, "Hey, what did you think of this part, and what could I improve?" So it was kind of an odd feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only played mainly at like, some really small open mics and stuff like that in coffee shops and and
Right.
things like that. Um, I haven't really done much real gigging. I want to, but I really haven't. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell that we come from very different ends of the spectrum in terms of music.
yeah, because for me, it's basically, wherever I can bring my guitar and and do you have a microphone is pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't
So.
have. I want to get a live band to play with me as well. I don't have one really. Um, so it's just, it's just me playing, whatever I play. Um, as far as recording, I like to do, like you were talking about, experimenting sometimes. I mean, sometimes it's like, I have written this song, I am recording this song, you know. And even that can be fairly, really experimental because whenever you write something on acoustic guitar and you get, access to, okay, I've recorded the acoustic guitar. Now what? It's like, do you want to add keyboard? Okay, what kind of keyboard? Do you want to add piano? Do you want to add synthesizer or strings? Or do you want to add another kind of guitar? Do you want to add electric guitar? Do you want to add bass? What parts are you going to be playing on all those different instruments? And,
Yeah.
that's a really, really exciting feeling. And also, often just as exciting, or sometimes more exciting, even is whenever I'm just like, I'm just gonna record something, and I go into GarageBand, and I say that setting sounds cool. I'm gonna play a riff, and then I add, I loop that riff, and then I start adding stuff, and it's just the most exciting thing ever to just go at it and record and have fun with that.
Right. Kind of on that note, how often do you find that you lose interest in something that you've just started? Like, how quickly does that happen?
Often, fairly quickly. Uh, it sort of depends because I'll play something, I I'll just get this completely amazing, brilliant idea, like, this could be my hit song someday type of thing, and I record it, go to bed going, yeah, man, that was freaking amazing, and then I get up and I'm like, that was freaking bullcrap, man, and, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Um,
I've I've most of the time I'll record something and then either procrastinate about it or completely forget about it. Um,
yeah,
yeah, it's
that
it's
happens too, because if you wait too long, you lose interest as well. It's
yeah.
like it doesn't even feel like your song anymore.
Yeah, I've actually got a ton of projects, but I've kind of lost interest in all of them. So either need to find new projects and totally scrap those ones, or try to find some reason to return to them.
Hmm.
Because I mean, really, when I overthink it, which I tend to do a lot, I'm like, but somebody else has already done this better. Why would I want to do
Right.
this? Like, yeah. Because,
Mm.
anyways, that's my
I had
sad
a
story.
thought. It's just left. Um,
Um,
often
so
I think I
speaking,
just one second.
okay.
Uh, Whenever you leave something and then come back to it, I think I will notice. Well, sometimes what it is if I start writing lyrics, those lyrics, it's like they don't really relate as much anymore because it's something that I was feeling, a day ago or whatever. And, and my feelings about whatever I was writing about are different now. It might even just be slightly different, but I'll go back and be like, that's not how I would come at that. And it just doesn't, it's not how you're feeling anymore. It's how you were feeling. So you're having to draw from a feeling that you don't have, basically. Um, and musically, uh, what was I going to say about the music? Dang it.
So I guess while you try to think of it,
Yeah.
what inspired you to start doing YouTube?
Oh, that actually like made me click. The inspired thing. Um, Not the YouTube part, but one of like I don't know if you've ever heard of Vianney, but he was
Oh,
sort of
Yami Mash?
no Yanni.
Oh, different person.
Um,
No,
he
I've
was
never heard
like
of
a
him.
new agey piano player. Um, but he was one of my inspirations for starting to play the piano, and he talked about how if you like that's whenever he starts writing something, he doesn't do anything else, and he just finishes it. He doesn't start a new song or whatever. He just writes the song, and I think that that's something I should probably try doing more often because when I don't, I'd lose interest really quickly. So there, that's my thought. It's out.
Um, so
So the YouTube
yeah,
thing.
the
Do you
YouTube
want?
thing. Um, for me, it was I don't know. I mean, I originally started. I was playing this game. I don't know how many people have heard of it called Growl Online. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it was really simple. It looked a lot like one of the Zelda games. And it was really fun. And I joined a group where basically we made little slideshow videos with some somewhat adult humor in them. And they're actually still up somewhere. I'm in a few of them. And yeah, that's kind of what got me started because I started making those little slideshow videos and I slowly got better at them and at like telling the story and things like that. And then eventually, when I got my laptop, I started looking at different gameplay videos like Minecraft, and I started playing Minecraft and so on. So yeah. What about you?
Uh, I think it was mostly watching Minecraft. Uh, Particularly Vintage Beef was the guy I watched the most. Vintage Beef and Blame the Controller. Although maybe I started watching Blame the Controller after I started YouTube. I'm not quite sure now. But I watched them and it was like, that looks like something I might want to do. So I just started it up and just sort of saw how it went. And I don't think I would have continued as far.
No, hang on.
Thanks for feedback there. Okay, it's better now.
There we go.
Okay. Um, I realized I was shouting over something and I was like, what is that? Um, what was I talking about?
Something about Minecraft, and you were watching a lot of it.
Oh, I don't think I would have continued on as far as I had if I hadn't met Hans
Mm.
because I didn't have anyone to record with really. Like I knew Gogeta and I think I knew you at the time too.
I don't know
Possibly.
actually.
I don't know if I knew you then or not.
No, I don't think so. I think
Well,
GoGiga introduced
not when I
us.
started, but whenever before I met Cons, I'm not sure if I met you before Cons or not. Um, but I literally just started surfing YouTube channels because I was trying to find somebody who was like a small enough channel and was like not a total douchebag that they would want to play with me, you know. And I was trying to find a good mix. But every channel that I would find would be like over 1,000 subscribers, and it's like they're not gonna want to play with me. And then I found his, and he had like 500 at the time, I think it was. And I liked his commentary, and he seemed like a nice guy, so I just messaged him up and was like, "Hey, do you want to record?" And he was like, "Sure." So we did, and from that point on, he was like most of the people I know now, as far over online, was through him.
Huh.
Really, like I met Inktivate through him. Um, I met JK iPod through him. There were a lot of people. Like he was, you know, basically talking to him was one of the best decision. Yeah, can't talk. Best decision. Oh my God,
Welcome to
word.
my world.
Best decisions that I made in my YouTubing career. Both because I mean he was just I was just like hanging out with him, and because he introduced me to so many people.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, is Cons even doing YouTube anymore? I can't
he's
really.
not.
Uh,
He really hasn't posted anything. He hasn't been on Skype in months, and he hasn't posted in months. He sort of rage quit, honestly. He started posting videos about how disgruntled he was, and then he just stopped posting, and it was kind of sad.
huh. Yeah, 'cause I'm looking at his channel right now, and his last video was like 9 months ago. But he almost had 1,000 subscribers, so that's nice.
Yeah, he was getting there.
Mm-hmm. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't really understand how I've met most of the people that I met. It's like I suddenly know all these people. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, that kind of happened to me too. But it's like if it go back far enough, it's like, oh yeah, Cons introduced me to you, or Cons introduced me to someone who introduced me to you.
Mm-hmm. I think GoGiga invited us to record together or something. Um,
So I think I remember that.
yeah.
I know the most
Mm-hmm.
important person that he introduced me to was No Boom. That was um, really good because I made the intro music, well, primarily the outro music for No Boom. He doesn't use my intro music anymore, and I don't know why. He didn't ask me for more. He just stopped using it and replaced it. But whatever. Um, it says he can do what he wants with it.
Mm-hmm.
But um, but
Yeah.
yeah, um, I met him and made him that, and that was really cool. I haven't done any more of that because I want to either be paid or I want you to be fairly well known. If well, the three reasons I would make uh, song for somebody are they're fairly well known. They're willing to pay me something, or I know them personally and I'm just doing them a favor. Which
Right,
that was
right.
kind of what it was for No Boom. It was just like hey, that'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I've gotten like 5 or 6 people at this point ask if I'll do something for them. And I say, sure, I'll for like $5 or so, I'll record you a song. And the reason I ask for the $5 is because they're usually just starting up their channels, and they
Yeah.
have subscribers. And it's like, I don't know you, and no one watches you. So,
Tell me why I should do this.
yeah, exactly. And so many people had the assumption that it was going to be totally free.
Yeah.
Even said, hey, would you make me one? I hope it's free. And they had, no no videos, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real thing. It's like it's not even if you don't have subscribers, but if you don't have videos yet and you want me to make you a free song, that is not happening. Because not it's not even that I'm just having to record it, but I'm writing you a song, and that's a song that I can't use anymore.
Right.
So anyway, that's my rant. I wanted to ramble about that.
That wasn't a rant, I swear. Um, yeah. Some people have kind of asked me, um, well, mostly I don't really check my YouTube messages all that much, but some people have asked me if they can record with me, and I look at their channel and they're just being a total dick and like trolling people and whatever. I'm like, no, I don't want to record with you. You're a horrible person.
Right.
And that's kind of the issue I have with a lot of smaller channels is um, they. I mean, some smaller channels they're really good. They're really nice. I can't think of any off the top of my head, unfortunately. Um, Actually, maybe I can. Just give me 30 seconds, and I'll look. Dang it. I guess. I'm just looking at my subscribers list right now. Um, God damn it. It just makes me realize how many big YouTubers I'm actually subscribed to.
Yeah.
Um, Darn. And some of these guys don't even post anymore, which is really sad. Um, yeah, I can't think of any names off the top of my head,
Mm.
unfortunately. I mean, your channel.
Yay, I'm not a douchebag. Hope not, anyway. I try not to be, but
Yeah, no, you're fine.
there was this guy, like you were talking about how oftentimes smaller channels, often with smaller channels, the quality of their videos are not very good, and I'm guilty of that. I admit that my video quality is not the best just because I don't put the effort into it because it's not a career or anything. It's just, hey, I'm posting a video. If you want to watch, go for it. Uh,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's how a lot of smaller channels are too. Um, but there's this one guy who he posted a comment, and at first it was just this, really positive and like uplifting comment that was like, you know, you don't have a lot of subscribers, but I love your videos and blah blah blah. And it was just like, wow, that's really cool, thanks. And then at the bottom he was like, you know, he asked me to check out his channel basically. So I couldn't tell if it was just spam or if it was like legit. But I thanked him for it anyway. And then I checked out his channel just to see, and he actually had, a pretty nice channel. He was younger, but he was really good at his commentary, and the videos were high quality. And I was like, hey, this guy's kind of cool. And then I looked down at his comment section, and 95% of the comments were, "Hey man, thanks for the comment," or something like that. And I was like, "Wait, how many comments has he left for people?" And I clicked on one of their channels and I looked, and it was the exact same comment. Like it was copy pasted.
Right.
It's like, wow, I feel much less uplifted and motivated now.
Yeah. I haven't had too much of that. I know on one of my bigger videos, the Minecraft mod installer tutorial, I had a bit of that. Where it was like, "Hey man, come check out my channel," or "This doesn't work anymore," which mostly mostly what it is. But it just kind of gets really annoying and really old. And like, why do you still bother to do it?
I will try to get myself out there just by leaving a comment.
Right.
I don't say go check out my channel or whatever. I just try to put myself as many places as possible, you know.
Yeah, one of the great things is like being active on Reddit, sometimes posting your videos and um, things like that. Obviously, not everyone can be on Reddit, but
Got a Reddit a while back, but I never use it.
mm, yeah, it's a nice site for kind of getting stuff out there, but it can't seem like it's a shameless plug. Like you're not just there to advertise. So, yeah.
Oftentimes with the music stuff, if there's a musician who's who I want to, be involved with or whatever, I just leave a comment, and if they check out my channel, then great, or a gamer, it's like if someone I want to collaborate with them, I'll just start leaving comments about their videos. You know, it's
Right. Another thing which is really nice to do is just talk to YouTubers on like Twitter or whatever as if they're normal people. Because big YouTubers, they say this a lot, they don't like being treated like they're above everyone. Because really, when you think about it, their viewers could be considered above them because they're the ones who are making them well known. So, talking to people like they're humans on Twitter or whatever, replying to their tweets in a sensible manner instead of saying like, "Hey, check out my channel" or whatever, that will greatly help you. Like, for example, with that Hunger Games video with PianoDude, um, or yeah, PianoDude. Sorry, something else popped in my head. I was like, "What?" um, but I was asking around because what happened was when I recorded the video, it recorded to two audio tracks, but my recording software was only seeing one of those audio tracks. And so I asked around. First, I asked Captain Sparkles' video editor, and I want to say it's I forget his name now. Sorry, whoever edits his videos. Um, and I was like, hey, how do you split this? And he actually replied, I don't know. I use Sony Vegas. I can't help you. So instead, I asked Generic B, who is also very well known, and he was like, hey, dude, just right click and then hit extract audio stream, and it worked. I was like, wow. Anyways,
yeah, you're
um,
very right about that because you know, whenever you told me to go to Bebop Vox for something, and I was like, what? What do you mean?
yeah,
Um,
just
actually, I don't think it was Bebop Vox. I think it was one of his helpers.
yeah, it's possible. I mean, a
Um,
lot of YouTubers, what
it's,
they do is they get community managers or whatever. What were you saying?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it said it was one of his, but one of the things you need to expect too whenever you do that is um, if they reply, then great, but don't expect a conversation. You know,
Yeah,
because uh, whenever Bebop Bots responded to me with in response to my question, I was like, great, and I had a follow up question. And that didn't get a response, and that's because they're busy, busy people, and that's not
yeah,
something that they personally. Because they get tons and tons of emails like that, and the fact that he responded at all you know is really awesome. So you just need to, if someone who has a large following responds to you, then just be grateful for that.
yeah,
And
exactly.
if they don't want to, share their life story with you,
Yeah, and especially don't be like as soon as they answer your question, don't be like, "Hey, check out my channel," because
yeah,
then chances are you'll probably be blocked or something.
yep,
Because yeah. Anyway, so we're getting about the hour mark here. Do we want to wrap up?
yeah. Let's wrap it up here. Um, we should, I guess, just like a really fast topic would be good.
Okay, really fast topic.
How about idols?
Idols.
We idolize just in the world, be it for our YouTubing, our music, or just in life.
Idols, I'd have to go with Nerd Cubed. One, because he's a great YouTuber, and he is quite big, granted, but he's a really, really great guy. He has a lot of good morals and ideas. Um, and yeah, he's kind of where I take a lot of inspiration from. Um, another idol, I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that, but I can definitely say him off the top of my head.
And well, one couple of my main inspiration, most of my idols would be musicians. Yanni would be one because I think he's an incredibly wise and down to earth sort of person. Um, Noel Gallagher, who was from Oasis, like he wrote Wonderwall and stuff like that. I idolize him a lot because he's the sort of person who he often has the image of being cocky, but it's usually just in a joking manner or whatever. But he usually knows, um, like he knows who he is and he knows he has talent and he doesn't shy away from that. Um, but
Yeah. I see what you mean. So we've gotten to the hour mark, and I guess we should wrap this up. So links to things will be down below in the description, I believe. Oh, seriously?
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Anyways, edit that out. Edit that out. Never happened. So as I was saying, we're approaching the hour mark, so we might as well wrap this up. Or we've hit an hour. Um, so links to everything will be down below. If you want to read more about the end user license agreement, or if you want to check out the Minecraft album. PianoDude's channel, I don't know whose channel is this being posted on.
Both.
Oh, okay. Um, so links to Piano's channel, I guess, will be down below, or my channel, depending on whose channel you're watching it on. Um, oops. And links to Twitter and such will be down below as well. And that's about it.
Yeah, if you guys want us to do more stuff like this, then this is we really need the ratings here uh, to see if you guys like this. If you do, hit a like. If you don't, hit dislike. This it's really pretty important for us to gauge the interest level.
Yeah.
Leave a comment and tell us what we can improve on.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Check out it. No. That just, no.
Let's see if we can hit blah 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 lights.
Yeah, let's see if we can hit 50
And if
million
you do,
likes.
then I'll post another video.
Oh god. Imagine if that's how it worked. Oh wait, it does work that way. No.
Yeah, it does. It's saddening seeing who does that now. We should
Yeah,
talk about that next time if there's a next time.
yeah. There will be
So,
no next
as
next. I
always,
apologize. Never mind. Copyright strikes everywhere.
as always, I'm PGN, and I will see you guys later.
Bye.